The video that I'm going to be doing here is going to be lashings. A lot of people get pretty worked up when it comes to knots, when it comes to lashings. There's a lot of different ways to do stuff. I'm going to show you the way that I do stuff, and it may not be 100% the way you do it, and that's fine. If you do it another way, that's great. The way I'm referencing it is from Air Force Manual 64-4 and from the Boy Scout Handbook I grew up with, which was the 1986 version. So that's how I'll be referencing it. I'll be doing 3 lashes. We'll be doing the square, we'll be doing the sheer, and we'll be doing a tripod lash. And like I said, they may be a little bit different from what everybody else does or what you've seen, but it works for me. Lashings are very important. Before hammer and nails, we had lashings. They're a good way to construct a lot of camp gear, a good way to construct heavy-duty shelters for the wintertime. You can use natural and man-made cordages for it, and I use them a lot, and I think it's a valuable skill to have. And just in case you're wondering, I'm wearing this chest rig here, and it's kind of a survival vest type thing. Is Turley made it. He's kind of thinking about kicking some ideas around, and I said, well, make me one of them, you dirty hillbilly, and he did. So you see me wearing it around, I'm testing it out, going to give him some feedback on it. So if you're wondering, that's what it is. I wouldn't expect to see anything on it in the near future. I'm going to hunt with it, I'm going to fish with it, and I'm going to take it out, probably do an overnight out of it. Just so you know, I'll be wearing this a little bit at a time. All right, this first lash we're going to do is going to be a square lash. It's for putting 2 pieces of wood together at about a 90-degree angle. It can be a little bit more severe. Some people use a diagonal lash for this, and you can use a diagonal lash, they say, if it's more angular than 90 degrees. I've always used a square lash, had good luck with it. A lot of times when I'm doing lashings, I'll have to set them up off the ground. That helps me out to, it's easier to work to get the rope wrapped around it. Okay, so to start with, oh man, get my knee out of here. There, I put a clove hitch, and this could be a tree also. Going around that, underneath. I try not to cross my lines. Neatness counts sometimes in life. Lashings, it does sometimes. I like to go around 3 times, and those are called my wraps. Then I'm going to come around my wraps 3 times. And I like to tighten it down. There's different tricks you can do to tighten this up. You can take a little stick to tighten it up. 550 cords will wear your hand out a little bit. I like to wrap it 3 times. And then end it off with another clove hitch. And that's your square lash. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now you can do more wraps and fraps if you want to, but 3 is usually plenty to get it to hold. Alright, so the next lash is going to be a shear lash. I'm going to use this to hook 2 pieces of wood together. They can be side by side like this. We could be putting them lengthwise, split the ends over so we can make a longer stick, you know, like make a flagpole or something like that. It used to be a big project we used to do in Scouts. Lots of different applications for this. I also like using it for a bipod. So I went ahead and put my clove hitch on there. I'm going to do my wraps first, of course. Now there's difference in references on this. Some of them say 4 to 5, some of them say, you know, 7 to 8. So we'll kind of go with 5 here. And then for my fraps, and once again, some references say 3. Some say 2. I usually go with 3. This one gets kind of boogery. This and the tripod lash sometimes are a little bit more difficult to get the lines tucked through. Makes it hard to keep it tight if you're tightening it up every time. And then I'm going to go through here because I'm going to end up tying it off. I hope right here. Okay, so grab me a stick. When I was talking about the stick, wrap that around, use it for a handle. Tighten them down. And I'm going to end it off in a clove hitch. And that's it. So like I said, my favorite thing to do with this is make a bipod out of it. You can put another pole through there. You can use that for shelters. You can use it for all kinds of stuff. Drying racks, cooking racks. So it's a good one. Final lash here is going to be the tripod lash. And once again, there's different methods that you can do this one. I've seen it where people have weaved it in and out like this. And you can do that 7 to 8 times, or you just wrap it around the 3, and that's usually how I do it. I just take it and I start with my clove hitch once again. I'm going to wrap this around. Once again, anywhere. Some books say 7 to 8. I've usually found that 4 is plenty enough for a tripod lash. Now you can also do this, add another pole and have 4 poles, so you can actually make a quad pod. And we used to do that to set up shelters a lot of times. So that's an option too. Now I'm going to come through each one of these, in between each one of these poles, and we're going to do our fraps. Now in this instance, I have done 2 before. It usually seems to hold just fine. But you can see we're going to run out of line here. So what I'm going to do is give her a little tighten. And we got some more line here. Actually, it's probably too much, but that's all right. What I like to tie is a sheet bend. I don't like square knots. Once again, personal preference. Somebody else uses square knots, that's great. And I'm going to come through. You can see that this gets kind of, you know what, I'm going to untie this for now and add it here in a little bit. Oops. So that's once. This would be twice. It looks like I'm going to actually have enough. Oh. And I'm going to tie off just my clove hitch. That's my tripod lash. If you find this is too loose, you can rotate these around and twist it all the way around. Usually you don't have to though. This is a good solid lash. Works very well. Once again, use it for cooking, use it for shelter building. Lots of different applications for this. So those are the three main lashes that I like to use.